Imagine solving 95% of your daily struggles with just a few simple habits. The Stoics discovered ancient practices that lead to mental peace, self-mastery, and resilience against any obstacle. In this video, we'll reveal 9 Stoic habits that will transform your life and make most problems a thing of the past. Exercise daily. That's our first Stoic habit, and it's more than physical training. For the Stoics, exercise was a daily act of self-discipline that built inner resilience, mental clarity, and strength. Think about it. Every time you push your body, you're doing more than strengthening your muscles. You're forging a stronger mind. In those moments when you force yourself out of bed, lace up your shoes, and head out for a run, lift weights, or engage in any form of movement, you're not only building physical endurance, you're building the discipline to overcome laziness, resistance, and the mind's pull toward comfort. And that, friends, is powerful. The Stoics believe that physical exertion is a practice of self-mastery. When you consistently show up to exercise, you prove to yourself, day after day, that you're capable of pushing beyond your immediate desires for comfort and choosing what's best for you. In time, exercise stops feeling like a chore and becomes a habit that fortifies your spirit. It becomes a place where your willpower grows. This daily dedication to strengthening your body has an undeniable effect on your mind. It's a ritual of growth. The beauty is that you don't need to start with anything extreme. Even a walk around the block, a few minutes of stretching, or a short workout will build momentum. The key is not how intensely you begin, but rather how consistently you maintain this practice. This is not about showing off, and it's not about some fleeting trend. It's about a commitment to yourself. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught that peace comes from discerning what lies within our control and what doesn't. Think about all the energy you spend daily on things that are completely beyond your influence. The weather, other people's actions, even the traffic on the way to work. Worrying about these things is wasted energy, leaving us stressed and frustrated. The Stoic way is to shift that energy into what we can control: our own responses, our choices, and our attitudes. Imagine being stuck in a traffic jam. It's a small but powerful example. You can't control the other cars, the traffic lights, or how long it will take, but you can control your response to it. You can choose to let frustration boil over, or you can choose to take a deep breath, put on some music, and focus on using that time as a chance to relax. The situation remains the same, but your experience of it changes completely. This habit of focusing on what's in our control and letting go of what isn't frees up energy for the things that matter most. It helps us build resilience because we're no longer weighed down by uncontrollable situations. It's liberating to recognize that, ultimately, we only control our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. When we accept this, we find greater peace and develop the power to take on life's challenges more calmly. In fact, each time you feel frustration, stress, or irritation, pause and ask yourself, is this something I can change? If the answer is no, release it. Accepting this truth doesn't mean becoming passive. It means choosing to direct your efforts intelligently toward what you can actually change. This shift is at the core of the Stoic approach to life. Take problems one step at a time. One of the biggest causes of stress is feeling overwhelmed by the sheer size of our challenges. But the Stoics teach us that any massive goal or overwhelming problem can be broken down into manageable steps. Life is not about making giant leaps forward in a single bound, but about advancing steadily, one step at a time. Picture any large task as a wall you're building. Rather than focusing on how huge the wall needs to be, focus on placing one brick perfectly. Each brick represents one small, intentional action. When you're faced with a daunting task, ask yourself, what small action can I take today to get closer to my goal? This way, rather than feeling paralyzed by the whole, you feel empowered by what's achievable today. Adopting this habit relieves us of so much anxiety. It reduces the temptation to procrastinate because we know that we don't need to solve everything at once. Instead, we focus on today's effort on the task at hand. This process of breaking down challenges into smaller steps isn't just practical. It also strengthens our ability to stay present, which the Stoics emphasized greatly. By focusing on what you can accomplish today, you'll find that even the most monumental tasks can be achieved over time. The wisdom here is that consistency over intensity leads to the most profound and lasting changes. Earn your daily living. For the Stoics, working to support oneself was more than a financial necessity. It was a discipline that shaped character. When we earn our own way, we're forced to take responsibility for our lives, and with that responsibility comes growth. We learn the importance of showing up, of effort, and of the value of each dollar earned. Earning a living is about autonomy. When you take charge of providing for yourself, you're building a foundation of self-respect, freedom, and resilience. This habit teaches discipline and diligence. It pushes us to go beyond what we would naturally choose for ourselves. When you earn your living, you're reminded daily of the value of hard work, and you develop a respect for both what you do and what others do. You begin to appreciate the effort behind even the smallest comforts. The Stoics believed that to be truly strong, we must be able to stand on our own 2 feet. While our work may not always be easy or glamorous, it gives us dignity. Earning our daily bread isn't just about material survival, it's an essential part of our journey to self-mastery. Learn something new or take up a new hobby. Growth and learning are central to the Stoic way. Each time we take on a new skill or hobby, we're expanding our minds and opening ourselves to growth. A new hobby challenges the brain to adapt, learn, and stretch. This is especially crucial as we age, for it keeps our minds sharp and encourages mental flexibility. Learning new skills reduces stress, enhances adaptability, and makes life richer. And it doesn't have to be anything complex. It could be as simple as learning a new recipe, playing an instrument, or practicing a sport. By stepping outside our comfort zone, we stimulate the mind and body. The beauty of hobbies is that they're not about perfection, but the joy of learning itself. Each new skill is a reminder that we're never too old or too busy to grow. This isn't just about mastering a new skill. It's about creating moments in your day to engage deeply with something, to cultivate patience, and to celebrate the process of improvement. The Stoics were lifelong learners, seeing every experience as a teacher. Adopting this mindset means you're continuously open to growth, a principle that helps us adapt to life's challenges. Eat mindfully for mental and physical health. To the Stoics, caring for the body was a fundamental duty, not out of vanity, but out of respect for the body as the vessel of the mind. What we eat fuels our mental clarity, focus, and energy levels. Eating mindfully is about choosing foods that nourish rather than drain us. By fueling our bodies with nutrient-rich foods, we're setting ourselves up to approach life with greater strength and focus. Food is more than calories. It's the energy that powers our bodies and minds. Imagine you're preparing for a big day, a day filled with tasks, challenges, and decisions. Wouldn't you want to give yourself the best chance of success? Just as a warrior prepares with the right tools, we prepare for life's demands with nourishing foods. Eating mindfully doesn't mean rigidly following a diet. It means listening to your body, choosing foods that give you sustained energy, and making conscious decisions. This small act of care has far-reaching effects, improving mood, boosting mental clarity, and strengthening resilience. It's an act of self-respect that echoes the Stoic principle of treating our lives as sacred responsibilities. Pursue excellence. Excellence for the Stoics was about inner growth, not external validation. It's a commitment to striving toward our best selves, knowing that perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow in character, knowledge, and virtue. Excellence means showing up with integrity and consistency, even when no one is watching. Whether in work, relationships, or personal growth, when you dedicate yourself to improvement, you set a standard that others recognize and respect. Excellence in the Stoic sense is not about competition, but self-betterment. It's about being accountable to oneself and seeing every challenge as a step toward personal mastery. Excellence is about cultivating virtues like patience, honesty, and discipline. It transforms even the smallest actions into meaningful contributions to your character. When you commit to doing each task well, to listening more intently, or to speaking with greater kindness, you're choosing to elevate each moment of your life. And this daily pursuit of excellence is what turns ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Have a purpose greater than yourself. When our lives are directed by a purpose beyond personal gain, we discover a deeper level of motivation. The Stoics believe that true fulfillment comes from aligning ourselves with a mission that benefits others, whether it's family, community, or the world at large. A higher purpose drives us forward, gives us direction, and sustains us in difficult times. Instead of living by mere impulse or short-term desires, having a purpose gives meaning to our actions. When we strive for something greater than ourselves, we become more resilient, more patient, and more compassionate. The desire to make a positive impact strengthens our resolve and gives us the courage to face any challenge. Our purpose could be anything that aligns with our values: helping others, raising a family, pursuing knowledge, or advancing a cause. This alignment makes even difficult tasks worthwhile because they serve a larger goal. Purpose acts like a beacon that guides us and helps us grow into the best versions of ourselves. Cut out the unnecessary. In our modern world, we're surrounded by distractions, material things, superficial relationships, and an endless stream of information. These distractions cloud our minds and lead us away from what truly matters. The Stoics believe that simplicity brings clarity. Cutting out what doesn't serve your goals or values creates space for what truly matters. Imagine how much lighter and more focused life could be if we removed the unnecessary, whether that's physical clutter, toxic relationships, or mental distractions. This doesn't mean living a joyless life. Quite the opposite, in fact. When we let go of what's irrelevant, we open up space for greater joy and fulfillment. By focusing only on what's meaningful, we become more intentional with our time, energy, and attention. Each time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying yes to a more purposeful life. Simplifying allows us to live with greater depth, focusing on quality over quantity in every aspect. This clarity leads to a peace of mind that few other habits can bring. It's a practice that allows us to live as the Stoics did, with intention, strength, and a firm grasp on what we truly value.